I don't want you to forget how loved you are. I'm Rashanne.
I'm Sacha.
And we've been together for 8 months.
We first met on an app and we had a date, and then we didn't see each other again for almost another year, where we met up as friends. And that's where it all changed. When I walked in and I saw you, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to deal with this. But I was trying to play it cool, which did not go that well. But I don't think I was the one who tipped over an entire pint.
No, yeah. I think when you walked in, I was like, wow, okay, so keep calm, keep cool. And of course I spilt my beer and you offered to buy me another one and I wouldn't let you because my pride was like, no, you cannot have her buy you a beer.
Yeah, you were not into it.
I was not into it at all. And then I was like, she's so cool. But trying to rein it in and remember it's fine, it's just fine.
You were definitely not engaging very much with me, and then a few minutes in I noticed you were making more eye contact and smiling more, and I was like, yes,
yeah,
come on.
I'm very transparent, clearly.
We stayed up until about 3 a.m. talking, and it was like a Tuesday night. It was a school night.
It was like I had a big meeting the next day and I was like, what am I doing? But this is the best thing. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, but I was happy at work.
Yeah,
so it was fine.
Me too.
I kind of knew after not that long being around you that I wanted to be with you. I had made the decision that I was going to ask you officially. We went back to your house and weirdly watched Get Out, which is
a really romantic movie.
Great movie. And it was at a moment in the film where it was really intense horror music.
Yeah, it was.
So it's kind of a weird story, but that film always makes me think of you now.
Which is really cute.
There wasn't a defined moment that I knew I was going to fall in love with you or that I knew I was in love with you. I was kind of floating through, just this is fine, just keep doing it, and you're not going to get hurt, just don't think too much about anything. And then I noticed that whenever I was around you, I kept almost telling you I love you, and that was when I was like, oh,
yeah, I felt
I'm
exactly
fully in love with you.
I felt like I had to stop myself from drunk texting you because I was worried that my thumbs would find the words and I just wasn't ready to, I was just holding off. And then you did it and I was like, yes, I can breathe and I can drunk text you now.
Yeah, and you do.
And I do.
One of the things I think I'm definitely learning from you is just great music that comes out every week, because you send it to me, which has been really, really cool.
Happy to take that one.
Take them all. Take them all. I tried to be open with you always, but the first time I felt really vulnerable was probably the first time I cried in front of you. That was the first time, and it was really scary because I thought you're gonna just be like, okay, bye. But it was fine. It is kind of new to have a situation where we both just want to see each other happy and do well, and no one's ever trying to one-up each other. It's actually how can we help each other up always?
Yeah. I really feel in you, I found a partnership, and what I mean by that is someone where I'm on the same page as them and someone I want to be with for the rest of my life, and someone I want to grow with and I want to grow old with and I want to twerk with and I want to like I want to go on great holidays with. Like I've just found this really great thing that came out of nowhere, absolutely blindsided me, but I'm so glad that it did.
I'm learning things personally that I've not been told before. What do you think is the biggest challenge we're going to face together?
I don't think the biggest challenge is going to be each other at all. Sadly, I think the challenge lies in the fact that we're queer women of colour and that people are shitty, and we've built this really great life around us. We have really great friends and that are super supportive, but beyond that, for the rest of our lives, I feel like it's going to be sometimes challenging and choppy waters to navigate. So I feel like remaining resilient, which I think we both will, but remaining resilient in the face of that is going to be a challenge.
Quite often I find myself swept up in our happy bubble. So I actually don't give it too much energy. When it really comes home is when people we know or people, friends of friends, or things we read about where we learn things that are going on, that it really comes to my mind and brings it back home for us. Or things like when we talk about wanting to go on holiday and wanting to go back home and thinking about ourselves in spaces is when it really is something I think about. Even within that, a really cool thing is that we can always talk about that and kind of comfort each other, and it's something completely out of our control, and it's also not something that ever stops us. But it comes up. Sometimes we can have an amazing time out, and another time we can experience comments or just things that happen on a daily basis. I mean, there's always going to be that risk and those things outside of ourselves. I think it's really cool it doesn't control us. I don't think that necessarily keeps us safe.
You use so much energy to just navigate the world out there that when the door is closed, you don't want to have to bring that home and have to expend that same energy. And I think it's so great that we can roll our eyes at the same things.
Yes.
And we can just instantly get it. And I feel so privileged that I'm able to share those things with you and that you just get them. That you just get it.
I never want you to forget the promises and the feelings I have for you that I've told you, and how genuine they are and how long lasting they are. And even on days where maybe things like that aren't easy to connect to, I never want you to forget how I feel about you and how I'm going to be there anyway. And how it doesn't matter how you're feeling. That you can always, when you come around, talk to me, always. I never want you to forget that.
I don't want you to forget how loved you are and how much everyone that I've met in your life, even outside of me, loves you almost instantaneously, because you have this personality, you have this aura, this vibe, I don't know what you want to call it, that just makes people want to love you. And I don't want you to ever forget that, because you are so loved. It feels like the only word I can think of is home. It's just so lame, and I want to kick myself. What the hell is wrong with me? It's the lights. Are we still together?
I want it to